if you find yourself in a job that all of a sudden you have a new collateral duty, and it may be you are a maintenance worker. I don't know why you'd end up with a curator, but stranger things have happened. I mean, we've certainly had chiefs of resources who become chiefs of maintenance at the same time. So it's a very common practice that we end up with these new responsibilities. So what would I do? I would encourage you that if I had collateral duty as a curator, which I kind of did because I was an interpreter and I had the responsibility for the collection, the first thing to do is go talk to your regional person if there isn't one in your park. And likely there isn't because you got that responsibility. Go talk to the regional person and say, what are your priorities? What do I need to be working on? Where are my problems? And I know when I came into Rock Creek in D.C., I was the curator for that park. Well, it has a prehistoric collection. It has an active grist mill, so the history of the flour mill and the whole thing going on there. It has a huge natural history collection, which was in total disarray. I mean, I had a piece of wood and 2 legs and a pile of feathers underneath it for one of my specimens. So that wasn't good. And I didn't have a lot of background to know, well, what do I do when I have a specimen that no longer exists? And I learned all the things about accessioning and de-accessioning. And I was given a jewel knothole collection by a crazy man in the D.C. area. And what it was he had collected little knotholes, out of a branch or something where the knothole fell out. And he had a whole bunch of them in this little box, and he felt they were so valuable that he presented them to the National Park Service to maintain in our collection. And I said, what's that scope of collections thing about? Does that help me say, thank you so much for your beautiful knothole collection, but I'm sorry, it doesn't meet our scope of collections. And so it was those experiences to help me learn that I needed to write a scope of collection statement that didn't exist. I needed a collections management plan because I obviously had a serious problem. And as we were writing one, the person helping me, who was out of, I believe, Harper's Ferry Center, I wanted the picture of that bird in there, or what was left of the bird, and they're like, oh, you don't want to do that, that makes you look bad. And I said, oh no, it doesn't make me look bad. It points out what's wrong with my collection. It's not about making any one person bad. It's about making sure I get the funds to get the right storage so I no longer have this infestation of whatever it was that ate my bird, and that I make it right. So my advice is go to those resources. They're out there. Our regional staff is there to help us when we don't know. If you have any kind of network of those people, start forming one if you don't. Because those are the best ways to make sure you're doing the right thing. Make sure you know what the documentation of that particular discipline is, and make sure you have those in place, or if not, that you start to work towards getting them in place.